Hello all and welcome to the latest in the series of Construct with Jamie. Today we're going to be creating a gatefold card designed to house some of our slimline dies. Now this is actually featuring Slimline Dies by Sue Wilson. It's featuring the Christmas release for the festive season of 2021, but there are many in the collection already, some that come out earlier in 2021 that of course this design and style would work brilliantly with. So even if you don't have these particular ones, this card might come in handy if you have any of Sue's festive or everyday slimline dies already. So it's ever so simple to do, to be honest. We could do this out of 2 card blanks and create it that way, but this one's slightly larger than the largest card blanks I could buy. So what I have done is I've taken 2 pieces, in this case of coconut white card, and I have cut them to 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 inches. Now this is the A4 of the English size of A4, that's actually the width of it, and then I've just trimmed it so it's slightly shorter to be the 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. I've then taken 2 panels here and I've got them as 8 1/4 in length by 6 inches in width, and I have 2 of these, 1 for each side. I've already jumped ahead and I've scored them at 1 inch from each end, and I've kept this uniform for your benefit really, so it's easy to sort of explain and talk about. But in honesty, neither end actually has to be 1 inch, and I'll show you why in a moment. But what we're going to do is we're going to use some Cosmic Shimmer glue. Now I'm using the Cosmic Shimmer Dries Clear glue. I've decanted it into a smaller ultrafine bottle so it's ready for me to use. And I'm going to go down the side, the inside side of one of my scored pieces. I'm just going to fill this full of glue. Now this could be done with double-sided tape or red liner tape if you prefer. And I'm going to attach this to one side of my 8 1/4 inch square. We're going to line that up, and because we're using wet glue, we're just going to check that that folds in okay, and that there's nothing getting in the way of bringing that crease in and folding it. Now this is actually worth mentioning at this point how we could be making this into just one single panel card. So if you don't like the idea of doing a double easel like I am, or a double gatefold as I am, you could instead be just creating one panel instead. We're then going to pick up the other side and we're going to do exactly the same again. So we're going to add our glue onto here and we're going to go down this piece, added our glue on, remove that bit just quickly, and we're going to tuck that one under the opposite side. Again, making sure that that's level, making sure that that's closed in, and we're going to bring that in. Now with my panels I have a nice little gap in the middle here that is intentional. If I don't want that gap to be as large, then obviously instead of having an 8 by 8 square at the background here, I could make it 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. I could make it so it's more 8 1/4 by 8 inches and just shrink down one of the sides. But for this example I wanted to show you how it could be square. So it's up to you. I quite like the gap, but it's your choice, it's your creation. Once we have them 2 pieces in place, we're going to bring in our 2 panels to go on either side. Now these are 4 inch panels if I remember correctly. It's 4 inches by 8 1/4 again. And I'm going to add my glue onto that outside flap. So this again is one of our 1 inch flaps. I'm going to add our glue on, and I'm going to bring this in and pop the panel on top. Now for neatness, because I want this card to be as neat as it can possibly be, I'm going to open this one out and I'm going to do exactly the same on the reverse. So I'm going to actually add glue going across that piece, and we're going to go out to the sides and down. Now of course you can play around with these measurements. A lot of it's going to depend on what you're putting on your panels. So as I mentioned, mine is of course for my Sue Wilson Slimline dies. We could do a lovely range in paper cut dies. You could actually be adding some of those on the outside instead if you prefer. So play around with them. I'm then going to do exactly the same on the opposite side. So again, glue on the outside panel. And we're going to bring on our piece and pop that on there. Then we're going to flip this over and we're going to add glue onto the other side of this as well. Now if you have larger cardstock, obviously I'm working with A4 cardstock to make my creation. If you have A3 cardstock or larger, then there are easier ways of doing this. But I more wanted to show you, I know a lot of you have A4 in your stash. This is a good way to show you how you can be building much larger constructions from A4 card. Now once we turn the card over, obviously we have that join line on the reverse here. So this is where our second 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 panel comes in, and I'm going to add some glue around this, and we're going to pop this on the back to cover up our join lines, and that will fit just in between them two score pieces. Now these pieces of card are also going to give more strength to your card, more stability, and give it more of a construction feel. I also think that cards have more of a luxury feel to them the more card and bits you put on them. You're going to notice on my cards, when I bring this one back up again, I've also lined mine with gold mirror card, and I've also put some white card on the front of that, which I've used my scoreboard, and I've scored at every 1/2 centimetre to create a pinstripe effect. I've also used some penguin dies and some polar bear dies, all of which you're going to find on the Craftmania website. So whether you're looking for scoreboards, glue, the card itself, or the dies you can see featured on today's card, you're going to find all of this on craftmaniacrafts.com. We have over 10,000 items. We're a UK based company, and if you spend just £5, your P&P is completely free. If you live internationally and wish to shop with us, your P&P is capped at just £10. If you pop online and look on the website, it will explain all of that lot to you. I hope you've enjoyed your Construct with Jamie video today, and if this is a project that you're going to recreate, we would love to see you share your creations on our Facebook group, which is Create with Craftmania and Jamie Rodgers. Just answer a couple of simple questions, and then you can join in with the group and share all of your creations using the tips that you find on our YouTube channel, using products that you can purchase from Craftmania. Thank you so much for watching today's little video, and I look forward to seeing you again soon on the next Construct with Jamie. Bye for now.